don't know. I think when you start stepping back away from people, you kind of realize that not many people in your life know you or care about you. Um, because I was at the lowest point in my life for a long time. You know, like I I noticed I always put myself in different friend groups because I wanted to prove myself. Like find be like, yeah, like I'm a cool kid, like y'all can fuck with me, right? But I don't think that I ever really felt like I fit in, you know? I think no matter what, it kind of felt like I was um it kind of felt like I was not there in a way, you know? I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I think like I always kind of just felt um I never felt like I was a part of any group, you know? No matter what either, you know, it I could know them for fucking years and I just I never felt like I was visible to them. It's a weird thing to explain. You know, I never felt like I was kind of like always the background, you know? It didn't matter who I was with. It didn't matter what it was about. I was always that background friend. You know, like someone, you know, when you're looking at like, oh, who's going to come over to hang out, I'm never really the main thought. I'm kind of just on the back end of that. And it's kind of crazy. um I always kind of been like that, though. Ever since I was really young, I've always been like that. I was never I was never really into the whole like huge friend groups. I never really had many friends when I was growing up. I'd always been kind of an awkward kid. I always done my own thing, and I think that's I think over time, like over time, you kind of you know get used to it. So now when people ask me, you know, like I have people now who are like, "Oh, we should hang out" or this like that. I'm very hesitant because always I never wanted to be around others, if that made sense. If I was around others, I felt like um, I felt like I wasn't really there, if that makes a lot of sense. I always I kind of assumed that I was there as entertainment. As entertainment to most people. And that sucks because nobody wants to just be entertainment to somebody. Nobody wants to nobody wants to be just that friend. Everyone wants to be the person that people look up to. Everyone wants to be that person that you can be like, damn, I want to be like them. I want to be as good as them. Nobody wants to be just that friend. Everyone. It it's such a weird thing, you know. Um, Even now, as I'm older, I still kind of like do my own thing, you know. I still kind of what? Oh, you know, I still kind of I don't know. I kind you kind of just do your own thing after a certain time, and you grow up that way. I don't really like hanging out with people anymore. I'd rather do my own thing in life and work through it. You know, I wouldn't want to. I don't want to just spend my whole life being alone, but a part of me prefers that kind of life. Yeah. um, I love I love being alone. A huge part of me loves it, and I know I shouldn't, because I know I shouldn't. It's not good to be alone your whole life, and I know it's not, but I can't stop myself from being alone. It it's comforting to me. It's a feeling of peace to me, and that I can be myself. It's sometimes why I just kind of talk here. I don't plan anything in these videos. I just talk. And I I go to therapy, but I think I would use it more as an echo chamber to make myself feel validated. You know? Um, I feel really validated when I use myself as that echo chamber in life. Um, so when I'm actually around people, it's much different. I just I try to blend in. I'll make jokes and try to relate. Even if I don't really relate, I'll be like, oh yeah, no, I know that. I fuck with it. But it's never for my own good. It's it's just so I feel like people like me. And I know that people don't. I know that no matter what I do, nobody is gonna know me for who I really am. You know what I mean? I know that in the end, I'm still just somebody that's in that group. It doesn't matter how long it'll be. I don't think I'll ever. I don't think anybody will ever actually like me or enjoy who I am as a person. And I've seen it time and time again. I give people a chance, and a few months go by at most, and they distance themselves. They don't want to be around somebody like me. And it hurts, because all I want is somebody to understand me. I don't want I don't want anything else. I just want someone that understands and is calm with me, you know? It's a weird thing. Um I mean, like, I don't really wake up to any real text from anybody. I don't expect to see anything from my phone and be like, oh my god, they texted me. I never expect that. I never have, and I never will. Um, I just kind of live my own life and hope that at some point it changes. I try to go out and meet people, but it doesn't really work a lot. Most of the time, it ends up being a failure, and I don't want it to be that way. I want my life to be better. I want my life to be fun, have people in my life that I love and that I know, but nobody loves me for who I am, and I kind of accept that. I kind of accept that people kind of just love me for who I perceive myself as, if that makes sense. And I understand that, and I let that happen. I wish it wasn't like that at all, but I know in reality it always will be. So it's kind of like, what's the point? What's the point of It's the point of trying when you know, when you just, you know that's gonna be the same way, when that's how it's gonna end up. Because that is how it's gonna end up in my life. Is I'll be alone. I'll go through this little talking phase, and then I'll just be alone again, and nothing ever happens. Nothing in my life will change or be better. I go to work, I go to the gym, and I stay home. I don't really do anything else in my life that's spectacular. I just I just do my own thing. Um, and then sometimes I feel like sometimes I'll talk too much around somebody, and you know you can tell when somebody's annoyed because you're talking too much, so you just kind of be quiet and don't say anything after that. And I know people, that's how a lot of people see me, and it kind of it doesn't kind of, it definitely sucks. I really wish it wasn't like that, but it's how I live my life now. Is I tend to stay quiet about a lot, um, and that's a huge thing. Even uh, even even online, I'm pretty quiet to people. I don't do anything, so I'll kind of like be like, yeah, whatever, and it's weird because I want people to admire me and like me, and then when I feel like, or if they, even if they're like, they have a little bit less energy, I freak out and I think that I did something wrong, or they found something out terrible about me and they hate me and they don't like me, and I just tweak. I don't know what to do. And I start overreacting and worrying about it. I've done that for a while. I'm not sure when it started or why it started, but I think I've just kind of lived with it for a long time, you know? So it's one of those things that you grow up doing, and nothing ever changes because of it. And it's okay. I wish it was a little different, you know? Wish that I wasn't always like a super antsy person that that was always worried about who likes him and who doesn't.